Hi everybody, I'm back. So today we're going to focus on meditation, a meditation technique. Now a lot of people complain and they say, oh, meditation's too hard, I can't ignore the thoughts in my head and I'm just not good at it. Well, nobody's good at it. And even the most advanced meditators, yogis, whatever you want to call them, still have those thoughts. They still come up, they still think about what they got to pick up at the store later. The argument that they had with someone, whatever it is. So the idea is not to engage the thoughts. You know, I once read an article about in meditation, the thoughts are going to arise, but what you need to learn to do is to let them pass like a boat on the horizon. Just kind of let them go. Don't engage them. So in other words, while you're in meditation and you start to think of, say, you've got to pick up diapers at the store later, instead of starting to make a list of all the other things that you need to pick up at the store later, let it go. Just let it keep going. The way to train yourself to do that is to try to find techniques in meditation to keep your mind focused on what you're doing. And one of the simplest to explain and simplest to do is a counting meditation. So we like to, and there's also mantras and all that. We can get into that at another point. But right now, focusing on the counting meditation, it's very simple. All you're going to do when you start your meditation practice is start to focus on counting. So each breath you count a number. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Up to 5, and then you go back down to 1. Very simple. The problem is that you start engaging those thoughts and you lose track of the count. Well, simple here, just go back to counting. Start back at 1. Every time you start to engage your thoughts, just go back to 1 and start counting again. You're going to lose it. I lose it. Even the most advanced yogis are going to have the thoughts. They're going to get, all this going on. Don't get frustrated with it. It's very simple, and it really just learning to do these little techniques are really going to change your life, and you might not think it's happening, but it is. So the basic thing that you need to do to start meditation, find a quiet space, find some place where nobody's going to bother you and there's not a lot of noise. Although I find sometimes places where there's a lot of noise are actually better. It's almost easier to shut everything out if you have a lot to shut out than just one little distraction like somebody running around. So that's something to think about. I actually have sat in Chuck E. Cheese and meditated before, so it is not necessary to sit on the floor to meditate. You can sit on a chair. A lot of people have trouble sitting on the floor, but you do not have to. You can even lay down. My only thing is if you are laying down, I know a lot of people cannot get out of bed, but if you are laying down, the biggest thing that I need to stress is you need to try not to go to sleep, because that's going to be the tendency. Unless that's your goal, and then great, if you're using this to try to calm yourself and bring yourself to sleep, by all means, whatever works. But yes, try to find a way that you can be comfortable but yet not completely fall asleep in your meditation. It's good to close your eyes. There are meditation techniques that allow you to keep your eyes open. We'll get into that later, but right now we're going to focus on closing the eyes because it'll shut out some distractions. And basically just focus in for a moment maybe on breathing and calming down before you start the practice. One point, usually it's good to set a timer, because then you know that you've done it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And I suggest trying to do it for 5 minutes a day at first, just try and set that timer and do it for 5 minutes a day. There are meditation apps for the phones. My iPhone, I have a meditation app, and it's wonderful because it has a nice peaceful chime when it's over. There's also, you can set intervals. So if you want something to remind you, or if maybe you want to change what you're doing, maybe you want to focus on a different type of meditation after 5 minutes or what have you, you can set the intervals to let you know that the time has started. So it's all helpful. The most important thing is to find a way to sit comfortably that you can stay for that length of time. And again, it can be in a chair. So go ahead and try this meditation technique. And please post and let me know. Post on this bottom of this Facebook post. Let me know how it is that you're doing. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your frustrations, because I'm going to help you. That's why I'm here. Have a wonderful time. I hope you enjoy it. Namaste.